Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and keep this video. I like her. Let's go start now. A willingness to compete. For many Philippine tennis fans, nothing matches the recent run of Alexandra Eala. In the span of a few weeks, she has gone from the mid-100s of women's tennis rankings, already a feat in itself, to world number 72 by defeating former 2017 French Open champion Jelena Ostapenko, 2025 Australian Open champion Madison Keys, and multi-Grand Slam winner Iga Swiatek at the Miami Open in March. Never has a Filipino reached that level or defeated several top-ranked players in the Open era, which started in 1968. I started watching tennis in the 1970s through grainy and often time-delayed broadcasts of the Grand Slams. Bjorn Borg, with his uncannily low pulse rate, versus the mercurial John McEnroe was a favorite matchup. I marveled at Steffi Graff's still unmatched calendar Grand Slam, and the unrelenting pressure that Venus Williams put on an opponent. Countless days through law school in the 1990s were spent under the hot sun in Quezon City or Green Hills, wherever a tennis court could be found, with my friends Henry, Aza, and Alvin without the luxury of a ball kid, and wondering whether the ball had lost enough of its fibrous felt to be unplayable. While working at my desk in New York in the late 2000s, I sat opposite an Australian, now a member of parliament in his country, who was once ranked 183 in the world, and he described to me how life on the tour can be difficult for lower-ranked players. This is why Eala's wins are exciting to Filipino tennis fans, to finally have a countrywoman to cheer for with every down-the-line forehand or grown, with every sprayed shot against some of the world's top players, even at the unholiest of Philippine broadcast hours. The best tennis matches are gladiatorial one-on-one matches, with the best players painstakingly constructing points, setting up their opponents into more and more difficult positions to return the next shot. There are no teammates to blame, and while the occasional umpire or linesperson, or electronic line judge, may make an error, the focus is on the two players on the court. Tennis, along with golf, is one of the spectator-friendly sports where regular global competition is truly possible, with consistently high-level matches being held in accessible venues and with regular mainstream coverage. There are multiple tournaments throughout the year to follow, where the Grand Slam events are interspersed with mid-level tournaments. The defeat of a favorite player is difficult to watch, but, health allowing, the next tournament is just around the corner. The initial narrative of sports commentators is that Eala left the Philippines when she was 13 to enter the Naval Academy in Spain. It highlights that to become competitive in this sport, training and competition abroad are essential. Golfer Bianca Pagdanganan is another athlete who left the country in a similar vein. Our Olympic champions and competitors also followed similar paths. It holds a lesson for our country as well. To truly prosper and become world beaters, our companies must be willing to compete, whether here or abroad. Protection may create local winners, but that can only grow so far because the size of our domestic market is limited. Eventually, protected firms will have the incentive to maneuver politically to perpetuate their local advantages through favorable regulation that hamstrings foreign competition. These economic distortions lead to broader societal distortions as well, as the politicians become accustomed to working with their domestic economic patrons, which worsens corruption. Narratives are manufactured that foreign competition is unabashedly injurious to Filipinos, which then leads to more protections that wall off other parts of the economy. Consumers suffer because they pay higher prices for goods, with some of the profits being used by the local player for the political patronage that benefits them, not the buyer of the product. In the end, the consumer is worse off both economically and socially. Admittedly, there is always a need to consider the domestic social effects of competition and to implement measures that, for a limited time, help those who need to adjust to it, such as farmers who may need help staying competitive, or assisting them in transitioning to other crops that are more profitable or have larger markets. After all, While the market may solve supply and demand issues and help consumers have access to better products at reasonable prices, it can still have negative effects on local firms and workers, and helping them adjust is the other side of building competitive economies.